Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I did sim one game just like to get the thumbnail for last episode, but in today's video we're back with the team, and in today's video we're looking to do a lot better. Now this team has a lot of things that could go right, and a lot of things that could definitely go wrong. I want Eddie Rosario in right field. Yes, and then center here. What the hell, no. I love Armando Sosa, but he's going to be our bench bat this year. And I want Gerloff to play second instead of Glaber. Now, don't worry. I know I said I wasn't going to make a lot of big signings, but this is only a one-year contract, and most likely I'm just going to move him at the deadline. It's just a nice guy to bring in for the season. Hopefully, if he plays great, we need to bring him back, then we'll go ahead and do it. So I know we're going to sim a little bit, though. Yeah, this episode, we're going to go all the way, and we're going to finish the trade deadline because I want to get more episodes where we actually do things. I'm going to play less games this episode. Definitely less games. I'm probably not going to play any games this episode, if I'm being honest. We're not starting off very well. We're starting off 11-8, which is about what I expected, but I was wishing we'd play a bit better. Alright, let's first check out the rotation. Why is Kyle Murr? What? Is somebody injured? Sprained oblique. Okay. What are we like? Is someone in the minors or something? Yeah, Shea Bichette is in the minors right now. Oof. Oh, but he has been very in the minors for 5 games. Is he the pick to bring up, though? I mean, we do have guys like Stefan Evanera, who played 22 games for us last year. He wasn't actually that bad. All right, so I think we're going to make the first trade. Damn, Alec Manoah in 3 games was elite. Bryce Miller has been pretty good every game he started. Your Queedy hasn't been bad. Brian Woo's been pretty mid. So our first, and I just also want to check our lineup. How are we doing? Ahmed 301. Ahmed has been an absolute monster for us these past 2 seasons. He's been a very good player. Alex Verdugo. That's not what I'm expecting from Verdugo. I mean, last year he hit 283. I mean, that was what I was expecting. I was expecting a high 200 average. Gleyber Torres has not been very good. Jace Peterson has been solid. See, that's one of our decent pickups. He's an older player, but yeah, I mean, how's his WAR looking? 0.5 WAR, so he's playing better than he's supposed to. I don't think he's playing below average, and I think Verdugo's playing below average too. Yeah, and I think Ahmed should be about average. Yeah, last season he was average, even though he's just not the greatest defensive-wise, is I think what holds him back. But we need him to play at shortstop, so because who else would be able to play short? I could throw Glaber at short, but how was he defensively last year? Defensively, he was only 983. That's really not that good. But Zach Gerloff, Alec Boehm, I would like him to hit for a bit more contact, but he's got 4 home runs. Ryan Noda has been great again. Ryan Noda has been very good in these 2 seasons so far for us. Soderstrom's not bad. I'm not expecting Soderstrom to be great. See, I could make a risky decision, but last season he had 16 home runs. I'm just skeptical if I'm hurting his growth, and maybe another year in the minors could help. Harrison Bader, yeah. His production from last year is not looking good right now. I didn't expect him to be a good hitter. I didn't sign him to be a good hitter, but a 155 average. I mean, I was expecting him to hit maybe 15 doubles, maybe 5 tanks, maybe at least bat 250. So he better step up. Armando's been good every time we brought him in. Rafael, I feel like he hasn't done as good as I thought he would do. But we got until 2029. I mean, I'm just gonna basically have him as our backup catcher. I thought he'd be a good prospect, didn't end up being that. Tim Anderson has been surprisingly pretty good. Like, he was good in the games he played for them. He's honestly been one of our best WAR players. So, do we make, like, a trade to get him in there? Eddie Rosario has not been playing. Well, Jace Peterson's been in, so I'm not too concerned about that. But yeah, I would like... Let's check free agency, though. Is there anybody here I would want to sign? Michael A. Taylor. He's declining rapidly. Last year he played 100 games and batted 197. He was probably all... He had 1,000 fielding percentage, though. So he's like an elite fielder, but he's just not a good hitter by any means. Trace Thompson, I mean, was he good for the Mets last year? 7 home runs in 47 games. I mean, he was pretty decent. Old ass Kenley. Andrew McCutchen, wasn't he good last year? He had 22 home runs. 280 average. I mean, 982. He was good last year when he played. Wow, his stats fell off a cliff. I don't know. Murzik, like, Kobe Yukis, he's not very good. Nick Allen, the guy we let go, he was horrible for us last year. He never played, like, good. Pretty much only hurt us. There's no one really down here I'd want to sign. Max Scherzer. Alright, but we're going to make our first trade of today's episode this early. How has Mason Miller been doing? I mean, we got him forever. 7 games, 0 earned runs. He hasn't blown a save yet. I'm cool with that. Wow, they're a dynasty growing. Thank God we're not in their division. But they got, like, Eduardo Julian, Matt McClain, like, Chris Paddock. Oof. And that was a guy, he was my Mets starter. He was amazing in my Mets franchise. With Yanier Cano. He was good last year at the pen. I mean, he's got till 2029. I mean, is there a chance we could maybe get him? No. I don't really want to give up Noda yet. So in June, we're probably going to trade Gleyber. Is now like a time where we trade like Jace Peterson or like Ahmed? No, our entire team's all in my first year of contracts because I just signed a bunch of people. But like I'm looking at like a man like a Frankie Montas or something. But I don't really want to take on that 4.8 if I don't really have to. But like a Tanner Houck would be good. I don't know why he's so low. Oh wow, as a Red Sox fan, I love that. Eovaldi's back. But like Bram Bello or something wouldn't be bad. He makes a lot of money. But like I'd like to move on from Shea Bichette. So what about Shea Bichette? Cutter Crawford's 29. I mean, last season he pitched 7 games. He would be a good 5-man over Bichette, who when we pitched him last year was pretty good, but he's just like been good in the minors. He still has till 2030. There's still a chance he can be good. Maybe Ken Waldichuk, Kyle Muller, and Ryan Noda. Oh, alright, they don't want to make a trade. Honestly, we're just going to sim to the draft. Or, actually, no, we'll sim through next month. We'll see how we do. And we'll see if we need to decide. Are we going to be for instance, are we going to be a seller? Like, are we going to sell a lot of the new guys we've gotten? Or are we going to try and make a playoff push? This month decides that. I hope it's a chance at a playoffs. Like, right now we're over 500. I mean, there's a chance we can make playoffs. I honestly don't think we'll hold on, though. I think we're going to choke it away. Like, this Red Sox series is going to be big. We win the one versus the Red Sox. Like, we're not terrible. I mean, we're not really great by any means. Like, we're not really the best. I'd like to scout position. I'd like to scout some starters, some international starters. I also like to scout, like, some second basemen. I mean, let's scout some center fielders. I mean, that should be good. Yeah. I don't know. Do we make the playoff push? Or do we, like... We're 34-28, so we're pretty decent. Like, how... Is there any on the waiver wire right now? Nothing. Alright, I don't really care too much. But, like, we have one of technically the worst pitching staffs in the league. We have a really stacked second base. Our shortstops aren't very good. We got a third baseman. Oh. We have a very good bullpen. Early. Oh, these are... Oh, we signed all closers. Like, with some upgrades to our outfield. I think that's really what we need. Like, Stewie next year is going to be our center fielder. I mean, if he gets good. But then, like, think about it. Eventually, we're going to have, like, Benny Rodriguez. We're going to have Kobe Thompson. We're going to have Zach Veen. Gabriel Martinez. Like, this team within, like, 3-4 seasons is going to be one of the best teams in baseball. Like, we just need to do it appropriately. And we need to know that we're going to be a decent team, but we're never going to be the best. Like, Ahmed, he's batting .296, so I can't complain. He's going up in most categories. He's still got a potential. I still see him as a viable option. It's just, he has improved his defense this season. He still has a big strikeout percentage, though. He only walks 4% of the time, so his walk rate is drastically gone down, and his strikeout rate's gone up. Like, how's he WAR-wise? He's average. So he is average, but he's only average because he's getting held back by his defensive stats. Like, Verdugo really hasn't been the player that I wanted him to be. He's only batting .255, and he really hasn't been the best. Even his fielding percentage has dropped down to .978. I mean, he's barely over average, and I've got him for the next 2 seasons, so I might trade him. Glaber, alright, Glaber has 10 home runs, so Glaber has really stepped up. Has he still been decent defensively? Oh, wait, he's been playing, 1.7 WAR. Honestly, I'm gonna move him to shortstop over Ahmed, because Ahmed just really hasn't been playing the way I want him to this year. Really just hasn't. Jace Peterson, 7 home runs, .230 average. I got Jace for the rest of the season, so if Jace keeps playing the way he's playing, I really don't see a reason to trade him. I mean, he's fielding 1,000. I mean, he's elite defensive-wise, and he's got a good WAR. Jace Peterson was a good pickup, and honestly, he keeps playing like this, I'll reassign him on maybe a 2-year deal. I mean, Armando Sosa, he really hasn't been terrible. He hasn't had the amount of at-bats I would like him to have. And honestly, he's fielding great. So generally, I think this is the lineup we're going to run with. Like, Alec Boehm, 7 home runs. I mean, Alec Boehm's playing the way I projected him to. Hopefully his defensive stats are decent. .978, so he's surprisingly not the worst defensive-wise. Oh, yeah, this is a guy who's drastically come down since that season. Ryan Noda, he's still on pace for about 25. He's still on pace for like 25. He's still on pace to be, but this is first base. And first base is that position. Like, he's good defensive-wise, but he's like not where I want him to be. Soderstrom is still playing good. He's still going up in all categories. I mean, I think it's good having him as our catcher. I mean, .991 fielding percentage. He's good behind the plate. I'll take it. Yeah, this is our time where we trade Harrison Bader. I signed him for $5 million for 2 years. He's got 2 home runs. He's got a .211 average. He's not playing very well. He's amazing defensive-wise, but it's just he's not how I want him to be. Zach Gearloff, again, has been playing good. He's just hurt right now. Marichin, he has 326 when he's played. Anderson hasn't played a ton of at-bats, but he's been good when he's played, so, I mean, can't really complain. Eddie Rosario has not been good when he's played. All right, so some of the pickups we've had this year, like Eddie Rosario comes off 21 home runs, comes to us and puts up 3. Like, we've only given him 62 at-bats, but still, he's only batting 177 when he's played. He's good defensive-wise. Like, that's our team. We're built defensive-wise, but we're not built actually wise. Like, Bryce Miller has been that ace I wanted him to be. He's already 26, but he's still got great upside. Manoah has been great. Plus, we got him for 3 more years on arbitration. Him, we got for, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Thanks. Brian Wu has stepped up since last season. He's been better. I mean, war-wise, he's a little bit above average. Eric Quady's been pretty good, and Muller has been picked. Why has Muller been starting? How's Shea Bichette done in the minors? He's been elite in the minors. Honestly, I'm going to move him up to the majors. I'm going to have him as our 5 starter. He's played good in the minors all year. I mean, Muller has not been good when he's pitched, so I'll take it as our 5. Pitched 1 game in majors this year. Sims, 372. Sims has been not bad. Zach Jackson has actually been great. Steve Newcomb is nah. But Leclerc's been pretty solid when we played him. And Mason Miller has been absolutely locked down at pitcher this year. Like, only 1 blown save this year, which is pretty freaking good. Alright. I mean, we'll take it. I think the Mets are offering us Jose What are these trades? Hell no. Armando Sosa, get out of here, bro. Armando's been good. There's one thing I would like to set, though. I want this to be our lineup at all times. So, I know what's his name has been going. Jace Peterson should be playing right. Someone shouldn't be in. Anderson. Yup. This, and then I want him at DH for Torres. Yup. Let's get to the draft. I mean, hopefully we have a good draft. We had a decent draft last year. Clay Holmes for Heston Kishad and... No, Danny. Big Dan. Why would you trade Big Dan? Alrighty. Let's check out the roster. Ahmed. 291. Ahmed is honestly one of our greatest pickups. He's still got 2 years left, and honestly, I will keep bringing him back. I mean, like, yeah, defensively, he is not very good, but, like, he hits for contact. He gets a lot of hits. He's looking at a 200-hit season if he keeps playing the way he's playing for the rest of the year. Can't complain. I mean, his slugging's up. His on-base plus slugging's up. His on-base percentage is about the same. His batting better averaged this year.
So I'm going out with Ethan.
Cool.
Oh, we got in? Let me see the new program.
What?
Let me see the new, how's the new program?
I don't know. Logan.
Yeah.
But the thing is, his strikeouts are up, and still his walks are lower. So he's still walking less, but he's made he's about less errors. Verdugo has stepped it up a little bit. He's hit for more contact, but he's still not hitting for average. I wanted him because he hit for average. I mean, he's about average, so I'm probably going to move him. Glaber has been great, so I think now's our time to move Glaber with that 1-year contract left, because I don't want to resign. It's nothing against Glaber, but I'm trying to sign these little players. Jace Peterson. Let's go, Jace. I mean, Jace is getting older, but, like, like 225. I mean, he's got 15 doubles. He's like, I know you're thinking that's bad, but he's still great defensively, and he's still averaging great defensive stats, which is exactly what I wanted him for. Armando, 307, let's go. Boehm's got 14 home runs. Noda's got 12, so Noda's, how long do I got Noda for? I still have Noda for, 5 more years, so, like, I mean, hey, I don't really care. I still got him for long. There we go. There's the offense that I'm pretty much expecting from Soderstrom. I mean, we have him until 2030, so got him for our 6-year deal. But this is a guy we're definitely 100% moving. Harrison Bader, he's got 2 more years left. I don't see him being any good. Gearloff has not played most of the season because he had a broken foot. But still, when he's played, he's been great. And not bad. Anderson was when he played. And Rosario has not really been good. Pitching rotation, though. Bryce Miller, like it. I like the 3. He's keeping it under a 4. Manoah has honestly been great. I'm going to move him here. Ryan Wu, still got to keep that ERA down. I think Wu can be good. It's just, he's got to keep his ERA down. His ERA is always high. Your Quady's been good. Wait, where's Shea Bichette? Bro, stop moving Shea Bichette down. It's my guy. Shea Bichette. Some random signing I had. He didn't even play for us. All right. Well, Mason Miller has still, I think, been elite. Yep. 22 saves. He's already almost got more saves than he did last year in half the amount of games. Pretty good. Why is Michael Kelly actually playing great? All right, my trade block, we got Glaber, Verdugo, and Stewie. Oh, that potential is spiking. His potential has gone down to a C. But, like, he's been good. Like, what do I do with him? Like, last year he batted 248, but, like, he still wasn't what I expected him to be. He was, like, he was above average, but, like, Brian Wu, I want to move Harrison Bader. These are the guys I absolutely want to move. Brian Wu, probably not, though. Yeah, let's head to our draft for this year. I know this is going to be a longer video. Wow. Edwin Diaz gets moved to the Yankees. Yankees are really coming in for that. We want to draft. Let's get ready to draft, boys. All right, these are the big guys we're looking at. Wow, he looks very good. Like, some of these guys right here look good. This righty, this right fielder, I can get him. I'll take him. I don't really have many players on my board right now, but, you know, still. Where are we drafting? I forget where we're actually drafting. We're drafting 6th. So we have a chance at that right fielder. I think he looks good. I think he'll be our pick. Steven Francisco, left fielder, draft rank 2. So, I mean, they went back, so the number 1 guy is probably going to get drafted here, right? No! They drafted the right fielder I wanted. I guess. I mean, I think personally he was going to be pretty good. And there's the number 1 guy, Julio Fuentes. Oh, bro, I wanted Julio Fuentes. I thought he was going to be an absolute stud. Wasn't sure if he was going to drop. Here, though, I want to take a position player. This guy right here. He wouldn't be bad. He's 18 out of high school. Left fielder. I think we're going to take Ray Bautista. The Pickles' first pick this year is going to be Ray Bautista. I think he's going to be a stud. Is that dude still here? Lee Hardy. I want to get another guy, though. Oh, but there's two really good guys here. Vladimir is kind of risky. He's got between 58 and 92, but he's a guaranteed 80 range. I'm going to take Vladimir and Angular. Is that guy still here, though? If I can snag him up, I'd be cool with that. He's still here. We're also going to get Russell Humber. What a name. He looks like he's going to be an absolute stud. All right, this pitcher's still here. Whoa. 60 and 94? Give me him. David Shapiro. Sounds like an actor. Sounds like a comedy actor. He's guaranteed to be in the 70 range. I think I got to take him. Jose Rodriguez. This is a big starting pitcher class. I can already tell it was a big. Did any of our players make the home run derby? No. Oh, let's go. Zach Yerloff isn't injured anymore. We're under 500, so I think, yeah, we're going to basically trade everyone. Oh, baby. There's a lot of players here that I think would be great. Tariq Skubals on the block. There's no universe where we get him, though. We could trade Glaber. Eduardo Julian. Jorge Soler on the Rays. Santander on the Rockies. I don't like that. But, like, there's young guys like Brian Hayes. Stone Garrett. Has he been good? 17 home runs. He's playing up. Still got the... All right. Stone Garrett. McKenzie. McKenzie's been decent. Jackson Holiday. I got an idea. Gleyber Torres. We do have Junior, though. Tim Anderson. And Alex Verdugo. We're giving up a big package. I mean, Verdugo is a great player. I want to make it a little bit realistic, though. Harrison Bader. We'll give him Alex Verdugo, Gleyber Torres, and Tim Anderson. 3 very viable players onto this team that is going to be a playoff contender this year. So they're giving up, yes, they're giving up a top prospect, but in return, they're getting Gleyber and Verdugo and Anderson, who are all viable options. And I just clicked out of the trade because I'm a moron. But we make a big deal, and in return, Jackson Holiday, and welcome to the Pickles. Wow, that's a big trade. That is a big, big trade. Wow. That's probably our biggest trade as GM. Oh, I want Jake Rogers. He's not really that good, but, like, look at the stash on Jake Rogers. He's actually pretty good behind the plate. We already have a great guy there, though. Pete Carl Armstrong is not really good. Somebody who I think would be giving up, Jack Flaherty. Paul Blackburn. We traded him year 1. He's been... Thank God we traded him. Not I know. Thank God I traded him. 4.21 ERA. Dean Kramer. 3 years.
Yo, you want to see something cool? No.
Dylan Tate and Dean Kramer. I mean, realistically, we could try and group them in a package for a player. A guy we want to get rid of. Like, for Eddie Rosario, to make this trade go through, Eddie Rosario, him, but I also want to make it realistic. So give them a B potential guy. Rosario Butler, and we get Kramer and Dylan Tate. That's a good trade. Nice. Oh, Kershaw. I mean, he would be a good rental. Honestly, he would be a decent rental. A decent rental starter who we can literally trade for Harrison Bader. And I think, honestly, I think it's time we move Brian Wu down to the minors. Because he has just not been good. So, honestly, I'm going to do that trade. Hopefully they have the money. Matt Waldron. Do we get the knuckleballer Matt Waldron? And in return, wow, there's so many players. But Clayton Kershaw, we're going to trade in return for Harrison Bader.
Glenn, shut the damn door.
Mom didn't shut it. Stop talking to me like that. But we need to trade a player with a big budget. But we don't really have anybody with a big budget. I mean, or no, we need to take on someone there who has a big budget. We need to take on someone with like a $6 million budget. Which is a lot because they have some big contract players. Like Freddie Freeman, like... Should we get Freddie Freeman? Oh, but like it wouldn't fit our team at all. He has an MVP. He's an elite player. He's just already 35. And we're already getting a rental in Kershaw. But like the $27 million, that's too much. I feel like for me to be able to take on. Oh, little Mookie-san. Like, I'm looking at, like, a Chris Taylor contract. Like, someone who's only got a year or two left. Chris Taylor. And we'll give you Ryan Noda. Oof. Oh, I don't want to trade Danny Batista. I love Danny Batista. And we'll give you... Damn it. Brett Harris. JJ Bleday? Bleday? We'll give you Bleday and this guy. Damn it. But in doing this trade, we're going to have to take on CT's contract for 2 years. And that's like a lot of money. That's a $15 million contract. It's not like we're taking on some like cheap contract. James Outman became an absolute stud. This is a contract I'd 100% take on. I'll do this. I'll do that. That's a great deal for both sides. Harrison Bader was great while it lasted in El Paso, but in return, we get Marcelo, who's not a bad player by any means. I mean, he has 14 doubles. He's a viable bench bat. He plays a lot of positions. Solid utility man. But the main guy in that trade is Clayton Kershaw, who's going to be a great pitcher. I mean, he had an MVP in 2014. He's got 3 Cy Youngs. I mean, he's got so many appearances. He is going to play over Brian Wu. I'd like to give Wu the season off. I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, why are you making that play? That's a stupid trade. It looks like a stupid trade, but honestly, it isn't. It's a very viable trade, in my opinion. I should have made this 2 episodes, but, we're already this far in, so let's just keep going. Now we're looking down here. Like, Scott Barlow wouldn't be a bad player, but, like... Now, see, what we do is we pick out these guys, like Randall Grichuk, like these bottom barrel guys who don't look like they're good, but in reality are very, very good players, like Luivier Paguero. Paguero could be a decent guy. I mean, he's not a very good hitter. I mean, if we throw him in the minors for a few seasons, he could become a viable hitter. Like, what would they want for Paguero? I don't really want to give up Brian Wu. You're Quady, though. He's not playing very good, but do I really want to give him up? How about this? I'll offer you Ken Waldichuk. I'll give you a very viable relief pitcher in Jose Leclerc. I'll also give you this first base prospect. That's a viable deal. Plus, we're also freeing ourselves more cap. So we're basically, like, screwing ourselves, while at the same time not screwing ourselves. Like, Spencer Jones. I want to get Spencer Jones, but is there really a reality where they give up Spencer Jones? I don't really have anything, like, super big that they'd want. Like, what would they want for Spencer Jones? Jace Peterson. Damn it. They want Jace Peterson. It honestly fits the story. They're a very, very good team that's looking to make the playoffs again. And they're getting Jace Peterson, a very viable second baseman. I'm going to have to do it. Jace, you're a Pickles legend. And if you're in free agency this year, I'm signing you. But I can't not take the offer of Spencer Jones. Nothing against you, man, but... Alright, well, you know what? That's going to be it for today's episode. Yes, guys, I'm sorry, but that's going to be it. That's all we're going to do in today's episode. But I want to make sure everything is set for our playoff run. I mean, Kershaw's been a very viable pitcher this year. He's just got 1 year left. He's 37 as 77. So, you know, we do get that old presence into the clubhouse. We did get, like, Dean Kramer, who's a very viable option. He's kind of a average pitcher. I mean, his WAR probably says he's about average. Yeah, he's about average. A little bit above average. Your Quady I could have given up, but I want to stick with your Quady. I mean, he's got some years left. I mean, after next season, if he sucks, he's gone. But Bryce Miller is going to be great. We've still got him for another few years. Same with Manoah. We do have him for 3 more years, and he's definitely going to get a big deal. But yeah, I mean, our offense is very good too. I'm still so sad we traded Jace Peterson. Love you, Jace. Alright, well, I'm going to have our lineup set for next episode. I'm going to put Jackson Holiday into the minors. I don't want to move him up yet. Ooh, but this year he has been playing in the majors. He has been good. I'm just curious, you know what, actually, no, we're going to move Jackson Holiday up. He's going to be in the majors. But I'm just curious, are we in the line for any awards this year? I would doubt it. Framber Valdez, Cy Young player right now. Like, Shane McClanahan has 1 year left, so if he goes, we can make some big deals. Jose Ramirez, Masataka Yoshida, Evan Carter is going to be an absolute menace. Mason Miller, how do you already have 40 saves? Hey. He's in line for pitcher of the year. It's going to be like a 40-minute episode. But, yup, Jackson Holiday, we have him until 2031. 6 more years after this one. Why would they want to trade him? Like, are the Pickles in line for any other awards? Like, I doubt it. After this, we're going to end the episode, obviously. But, like, oh, damn it. Do I get Jake Rogers? I want Jakey Rogers. Oh, the stash man himself. Ooh, Freddie Furman's a guy I'd want, but I don't really think KC would give him up because he's still got a lot of years of arbitration. Alec Boehm is in line for Silver Slugger. Alright, not surprising. Isaac Paredes hits absolute bombs. Won't be a bad guy to pick up. Ooh, the man going into free agents this year. This is going to be a very eventful offseason this year, but yeah. We're number 1 in speed right now, so we're going to build an absolute speed team. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode and want more Pickles, that sounds really wrong. If you guys enjoyed this episode and want more, make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you all next time. Goodbye.